Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. Not too much longer, and we
will be down
take
under.
off. That's right. Going to the land down under.
I know there's a song that has that line in it.
Yep.
And I can hear it playing in my head, but I don't know the next line.
I don't remember either. The line something. It ends with something with the word plunder.
I think so too.
Because it rhymes with down under. I come from the land down under, where something and something plunder. If you know the answer, info@yogispodcastnetwork.com. Send it over. We'll give you a prize.
Or even just the name of the song. I'm good with that too.
We'll give you a prize. We'll give you a prize from Thought Merch, the sassiest, most irreverent merchandise on the internet. It's sassier than me. It's sassier than her. It's sassier than both of us put together. ThoughtMerch.com. Go over there. You'll get a nice discount if you give us your email address. ThoughtMerch.com.
Well then, now that we've talked about a song, we are going down under. I am going to see a koala bear. This is not going to be as abysmal as our trip to Arizona, where I did not get to see an arm cactus.
Well,
koala.
You're going to see koala bear if you get off your booty and actually make the reservation.
Koala bear.
As long as you get off your booty and make the
reservation. I know. I heard you the first time. Koala bear
we'll see
hater.
If you actually do it. I don't hate koala bear. It doesn't scare me. He'll hiss at me. He'll try to bite me. It's no different than Brie.
I want him to sit on my head.
It's no different than Brie. That would be cute. I'd love to get video of that.
I feel like the most touristy tourist ever right now about these koala bears, because I feel like Australian people are like, okay, it's another koala bear. Like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah. It does kind of feel that way.
It's like entering America and seeing a bald eagle, you know?
Yeah, but I think less rare. I think koalas are more prevalent than the bald eagle. I think. I could be entirely, completely wrong what I think there.
Okay, maybe it's like driving through Canada and not seeing a dead deer on the side of the road.
But it'll be interesting to see. Because there's Ash over there, and she's getting hitched.
Doing Ash things.
So we're going to go there to attend that, and I'm going to give her away. Her hand in marriage and hitchedness.
Problem.
And hitchedness, and then she'll be his problem and not my problem.
Precisely.
I love her to death, though. It'd be nice to see her too. I haven't seen her in such a long time.
It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Well, and then 2 weeks later they'll be here.
But we've been working weird hours and whatnot, and so we've ordered food a couple of times, and probably shouldn't, but maybe tonight was a sign of that. And so we didn't eat lunch today because she was working, and or something, I don't know. But she wasn't downstairs with me, and I wasn't going upstairs to check up on her because I thought she was working, and I didn't want to put pressure on her. So I just let her be. And I also thought even if she wasn't working, she was just laying in bed reading. She didn't want to come downstairs. Leave her alone. Just let her be. So that's what I was doing. Well. Now that I can't remember what the hell I was saying. Oh, no.
We decided to get Buffalo Wild Wings.
So we decided to have a late lunch that would take the place of dinner and lunch. And then we do this sometimes, and then we'll have like a medium-sized snack at night.
Like tonight, I got chips and dip.
She ordered some chips and dip with our dinner, which was, as I said that, it dawned on me why you did that. See, that's pretty smart. That was good, babe. That was really good. And so that's what we did. We got Buffalo Wild Wings, and we had it ordered, and we always do the contactless delivery.
Because I really hate people.
And yeah, and it's not because she's afraid of COVID or anything like that. I
just really like that I don't have to see people.
But the guy, we get the whole message that they accepted the order. The order's being cooked. Guy's there to pick up the order. Guy picked up the order. Guy on the way here. Guy approaching. Guy in building. Phone rings. Her phone. And I hear her saying to him, no, you have to, that's good, but you have to bring it up to the apartment. And I hear him say something again about being at the leasing office, and her saying, okay, well, that's good, but I appreciate you telling me that, but he's supposed to bring it up to the apartment like the instructions say. It's always left at our door. We don't come out and get it. You bring it to us. And I took the phone from her, and I said, hey, man, the instructions are clear. You're supposed to drop it at the door. Everybody else dropped it at the door, so don't be lazy. Drop it at the door. He hung up on me.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
So I went down there. Now I'm pissed. Got down there, and I asked him, so, are you just lazy? You can't walk to the apartment? He's, there's all these apartments here. Yeah, dude, there's a map right there that tells you where the apartment is, so shut up.
DoorDashers rarely have a problem.
And so I walk up to get the food, and he tries to, throw it towards me. And I reached out, like in the Karate Kid movies, I reached out and just grabbed his hand as he came at me, and then slid my hand down, put it into the handle of the bag, and pulled the bag away and was like, I'm out of here. And then he's proceeding to yell and scream at me and calling me loser and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, if you're going to yell at the guy who's like 4 times your size and you want to look like you have balls when you're doing it, then don't run into your car, lock the door, crack the window, and yell it out the cracked window. You want to have balls, stand up and have balls. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily kick your butt. I might.
But probably not over some Buffalo Wild Wings, man.
Exactly. It wouldn't be worth it. It would never be worth it. At all. Just not worth it. Because who deserves to go to jail over some stupid, wings that were coming? But at the same time, we don't deserve to be treated that way either.
You know what? I got a 12-pack of soda thrown at my head. You got an order of wings thrown at you. I mean,
it's like, what the hell's happening
we're having bad luck.
What the hell's happening with people in our world today?
Is this my karma for watching all those videos about DoorDashers on TikTok and laughing? Like the crazy lady who got an $8 tip to go a mile and then got so mad that the tip was only $8 that she proceeded to leave with the food and go back to the restaurant.
Well, it's funny, though. You talk about an $8 tip. That joke that I saw on social media about, when I was getting gas, I saw that the last person in front of me spent $10. And I was at pump 3. Where the heck were they headed to? Pump 4? And it's not wrong.
Nope, not wrong. My dad was saying that gas is $2.19 a liter in the Crow's Nest Pass. So even more than it is in Calgary.
Wow, that's almost $9 a gallon.
In the place that has like the most oil in North America.
That's the whole problem with what's going on right now. Is like, what's the first thing that Joe Biden did when he took office?
Raised gas prices.
He killed the Keystone Pipeline project.
Yes, because he wanted
America
to destroy
needs
an entire continent's economy.
Right, America needs to be less energy dependent, and he makes us more energy dependent by taking away a big source of energy for us, and is afraid now to stop paying Russia for oil. We're essentially at war with Russia. This is how you know all this stuff is just posturing. We're at war with Russia, but yet we're still paying them millions of dollars for oil.
Isn't that stupid?
While at war with them.
But we're not technically
At the very least, we're at an economic war with them because we pass sanctions against them. I mean, we're open about that. So that's an economic war. So why the hell are we giving them their biggest economic resource being paid for by us? Why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? It just doesn't make any sense.
It sure doesn't.
So, anyway, I think that just goes to show you that you can't count on anyone to do anything.
Especially count on the DoorDash person to not swear at you.
Well, yeah, and like that's the funny thing about it. Like, dude was like this tiny little guy, just a little tiny guy. And I wasn't trying to be imposing or anything, but just walking, when you walk up to him, I'm sorry, people, but when you're a little larger person, and I'm not like bodybuilder, man, but I'm also not 100 pounds. Okay? Like, I'm a solid 200. Solid.
Yeah.
I walk up there and you just can tell, you feel so like massive compared to the little twig that's in front of you. And for him to be like quaking in his boots while I was standing right there, but then once he jumped in his car and literally rolled the window 3/4 of the way up and then started yelling obscenities at me.
Yeah.
And of course I'm terrible because I should have just walked away, but I go back and I yell back at him. And then he says something else, and then I give him something better than that. And then he says something else, and he gives him something better than that, and he just gets frustrated, and he shuts up and he leaves. And then I left.
Yeah.
Just tired of hearing him.
But what you yell back is always funny, so it's okay.
Well, but it was just, I could have just let it go, and I should have just let it go, and I next time would probably just let it go. But here's the thing about this, to me, the conclusion. I'm going to wrap it all up with a little bow for us and ready for a nice little pretty dinner.
And we can talk about the Saurus. Anyway, continue.
Little bow, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, you threw me right off of a loop. You just pow, and off I went to the left or something. I don't know. What was the last thing that I said before that?
We're finishing talking about DoorDash, and you said you were going to tie it up into a nice little bow for everyone.
Oh, right. Thank you. And so no matter who you are and how you act, if there's a service professional providing a service to you, how that service professional should handle an irate. Let's say you were super rude and irate. We weren't. But let's say we were. He needs to be nice. He needs to do the things that he's supposed to do. Like, in other words, stick to their end of the bargain. I mean, dude, I got a message when the order was complete that the Dasher delivered the order to your doorstep as per your instructions. That's because they have an option to have contactless delivery for a reason. But these drivers are now getting lazy because, see, now that COVID restrictions are loosened up, now the drivers are going to go back to being lazy and not wanting to come to the house. They want you to come out. Sorry, bro. As long as the option's there, I get to choose it.
This level of service.
Well, and as long as the option's there, I get to choose it.
And the service isn't going to cost any less.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it. And that's really the bottom line is it doesn't matter how irate you were. His job was to handle the situation calm and cool. And then if he needed to, he could report you to the company. Look, I don't think we should be doing business with this customer.
Right.
And block your account if they want to. They have every right to do that.
Right.
And if he felt the need to do that and they investigated and they felt the need to do that, well, then we would have deserved it. Because then obviously, even though we didn't think so, they think we did something wrong. You know, that would be justice.
To which point we'd be like, hello, Grubhub.
Well, exactly. I mean, we have other options. But the point is, you don't want to go there.
Right.
But if they think that you did, well, I mean, what can you do? There's nothing you can really do about it. They think you went there. Done deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I just think it's really interesting that in the entirety of the pandemic, we've ordered a lot of deliveries. between food and groceries
Yeah.
and whatever. And we've had 2 really awful experiences, and they've both been almost the exact same situation, and both been in like the last month and a half.
Since things relaxed more.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting lazy now because, see, before they would have never gotten away with it, even for an inch, because, sorry, it's COVID. You have to drop it off over there. There are guidelines. You must do this. Mm-hmm. Now they can be like, I didn't want to.
Right.
Sorry, you didn't have to. The rules usually say you come out here and pick it up, not the other way around. And like I'm saying, as long as that option exists when I'm ordering, I'm picking that option and you're complying with it.
Right.
That's how it has to work. You can't sell me on a service. I mean, you're charging me a delivery fee. In our case, we pay the
Dash Pass
crap.
It's still a delivery fee.
Yes, and that's the point. It's a, what do you call it? A discounted delivery fee because they're charging you one flat fee for the whole month because they can count on us having months where we don't use them at all and they make $10 off of us, I mean, and then there's months where we use them twice a week and they lose a ton of money off of us for delivery fees. But, that is what it is. But the point is we pay some kind of delivery fee. You have to honor your deal with us as the customer.
Right.
And they just didn't do that. And like I'm saying, so I'm taking out the argument of anybody saying, well, were you rude to him? It doesn't matter if we were rude or not. It's still incumbent upon the company providing the service to give customer service.
And let me just say, this is not us bagging on DoorDash. We called in and asked to just have the tip reversed because I don't feel like somebody who was that kind of rude should get any kind of tip for his delivery. Anyway, and they refunded the tip immediately, and then she offered us an extra credit to make the situation right. That wasn't even expected. All I was expecting was to get the tip back. Just the tip.
Well, and that's and then she Well, and she even said, "Let me see if I can get you more." Like she offered it.
Yeah.
And I think she literally just took a percentage, like you said, and just applied it to the order. And it was like $16.37 or something like that. It was really weird. So she had to have taken a percentage. I don't know why they wouldn't just round it, like, $16.50 or 16. I mean, whatever. Weird.
Round it up, round it down.
Or make it 15 or 20 even. I mean, come on, who cares? It's free money. It'll pay for a lunch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Half of a lunch. I don't know. I just think that's the drawback is that you're the service provider. And I mean, that's why when I worked for the place that I worked for, we would have not allowed this driver to drive for us ever again.
Yeah.
Because we err on the side of caution. Here's the thing. The customer is saying you were rude. So we went the other way. So I don't care whether they were rude or not. They're not. I don't control what they do. I don't control their behavior. They control their behavior.
But they're not representing my company.
But you're my representative, and I control how you handle my customer. And you are not to be rude to my customer. You're not to be yelling cuss words at my customer. You're not to yell degrading things to my customer. Good luck with that. And I control that. As the business owner, I control that. And I totally can understand a business, all right, you want to complain about that customer? Tell us your story. They're going to tell us their story. And then we'll make a decision what to do. And we could ban the customer too. But you, the driver, you're done. I guarantee you had a bad interaction with the customer. That means you're out of here. And that's what we would do. We would get rid of them. And it kept those kinds of big blow-ups to a minimum because it's generally a certain type of person who's usually like they think they're owed something by other people. Yeah. And like they're the type who would complain that if the order was 45 minutes late and the tip would get removed, they would complain about it. They should still get a tip. Well, why? It's your fault that it's late because you didn't manage the order. I mean, you're supposed to manage the order. You're supposed to let the customer know that they might not have the item ready yet. They're out and they had to go run out and get some. Do you want to get something else? Like, that's what you're supposed to do, not just sit there and wait because, well, that's what they ordered. And I mean, we were really strict about that. Really, really strict about that. For those reasons, because it was always the same people that would escalate a situation. So why keep them around? Once they showed you that that's what they were like, see ya.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I said we have to end talking about the Saurus.
All right, let's talk about the Saurus.
And what I just wanted to tell everybody about the Saurus is that she looks freaking adorable sleeping. And she just makes me want to go to bed.
She is super cute. Yogi, though, he's also super cute. He's laying on his side.
Yeah.
Passed out as well.
The CEO is the laziest podcast guest in the world.
He's monitoring the language on the show tonight. He's been counting how many times we say bleep and bleep.
And bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
Exactly. So, he's kind of funny. She's kind of funny. And sometimes Torya is funny.
And now it's time for us to join them in the land of sleep. Good night, everyone.
All right. Stella, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.